Yeah. I guess good day, everyone. My name is James Rocker. I'm the president and CEO of a MSP located in Long Island, New York. We are celebrating our 20th anniversary this year. A humbling startup out of the garage to where we are today. So it's been a great journey thus far, and really appreciate the opportunity to meet with you guys today and tell a little bit of our story on how your solution has certainly, brought a lot of impact on many levels to not only our company internally, but in addition, our clients. So great question. It was, how did we get started? How did we hear about you guys? And, it kind of started with a journey where we realized there was some challenges with the PSA tool that we were using at the time. And we went to market, or we went to really kind of took our R&D and said, what is out there that we could be maybe switching to, or exploring other avenues of a better product offering. And we did find that we ended up switching from a PSA tool to Halo PSA in 2024, January of 24. So we're just about approaching, I guess, at the end of this year, we'll be on Halo for 2 years. And when we started with Halo, we realized that we kind of wanted to just start over with a lot of our things. We felt very antiquated with the tools. Really didn't enable us, is really what I'd like to say, is that the tools didn't enable us to be efficient workhorses. We're really workhorses in general in IT. I think a lot of people can relate. It's a thankless job, and it seems like we never sleep, right? So we wanted better for our people. We wanted better for nerds and our staff and our clients. So we made the switch to Halo. And about the summer, we were really having some major challenges with invoicing and collecting money. I don't know how we actually found you guys, so forgive me, but we stumbled upon, maybe it was through some newsletters or some marketing that Halo was doing. And I said, oh, look, a payment portal. I know one of your questions is going to be, what were you using before? And what was your experience like before? I would say a lot of our competitors were using Connect Booster, and we looked at Connect Booster. It's never really pulled the trigger. So a lot of our struggles in the financial world were, I think, not this is terrible to say, but kind of forgotten about, because we pride ourselves on service, answering the phones, fixing problems, providing solutions to clients. And we just kind of never really thought about what our financial world could look like automated, because it really wasn't a problem, or at least we didn't think it was a problem. So kind of fast forward to the summer of 24, and we found you guys, Benji Pays. I met with Avery. I was like, this guy's great. Cares about his business, cares about his customers, cares about the mission, cares about what he's doing. And we just kind of took the leap of faith, and we said, listen, how hard can this be? Or if it doesn't work, or it stinks, all right, we'll move on to something else. It wasn't like, we're investing all this money into something massive, right? Not to discredit what the solution does. So we got it going in the summer of 24. And by the end of the year, I was truly amazed by our process of it. It took about 6 months to kind of retrain client behaviors, our behaviors a bit. So we got a lot of clients on ACH and credit card. Benji enabled us to add fees and make it very consistent. So we were having a problem with, taking intake from credit cards, charging the clients that extra fee. We were we were losing money. As blunt as it is, we were losing money taking credit cards. And was because we were growing. We were growing so fast, and it was like, whatever, what's a couple $100? Well, that starts to add up over hundreds of clients, right? And we started to calculate that money, and we've now captured all that back. So, we're not losing money on the credit card transactions, and we've really created a really nice process for ourselves where all the automation that you possibly could imagine happens go out in an automated fashion now. There's a nice message. It says exactly what the client would want it to say. It explains to them what the bill is. If they don't pay it, we have an automated message that then says, hey, maybe you forgot to pay last month's invoice. This is just a little reminder, friendly reminder. And we do that a couple times. And then when it hits when it hits about 80, 70 something days is when another automation kicks in, and it basically sends a little bit of a, I don't want to call it a nasty gram, but it's, hey, you're going to need to read this message because there could be an interruption of service, right? And we don't want that to happen. So maybe you've missed our emails, maybe you didn't see it, maybe something happened, right? We're very responsive and receptive to client issues. You know, things happen, right? Life happens, life gets in the way. However, to date, so there's a metric that we track, right? So how did we get here? So we do EOS, which is the Entrepreneurial Operating System, and we have a scorecard metric that I'd like to share with you guys and the public, and that is the number of how many clients are approaching or in our 90-day bucket, which means that they owe 3 months of bills, and that's a number that we've been tracking for a couple of years. That number is down to about 8, okay, today. We have about 8 clients out of 300, okay, that are in that bucket. And for probably good reason, right? But whatever. That number used to be in the 40s and 50s and 60s. So imagine having 60 customers owing you more than 90 days of balance, of money owed. It's crippling to the cash flow. That becomes crippling to making business decisions and, helping everybody that works here is impacted if you have bad cash flow or you're not able to even realize. I think that was the biggest thing for me. It was like, it wasn't a problem. Like everything was still moving. Everything is still great. Everybody's smiling. There was never a financial issue. But now we can start making really great business decisions. We can start thinking about investing in other ways, and many different ways. And those conversations have certainly flourished here and been really exciting conversations now because it's giving us the ability to do a lot more when we didn't even think about this even being a conversation at this time last year, right? So, so coming out of summer of 25 now, the lowest it's ever been, that metric, which is great. We want it to be 0, of course. And we're going to get there. It's going to be 0, right? It's going to be 0. Holding myself accountable to that 0 metric, and we share with you guys, we've got 85% of our money now out of that 90-day bucket off the street into our bank account. We're hiring people. We're thinking about acquiring businesses now. Some of our competitors are buying buildings we're thinking about now. These are all things that we really weren't even entertaining because of the cash flow issues. And Benji Pays has certainly stopped that gap for us and filled that hole that we had in our workflow and our efficiency all around, our financial aspects of our business. So, and you guys are making improvements every single month. It seems like there's always some type of enhancement. There's always some type of communication that you put out to your clients. So we love what you guys are about. And we've certainly told you about a lot of our Halo frenemies, we call them. So friendly guys and girls that I have in the industry that we share a lot of war stories back and forth, ideas. And those peer groups are certainly ones where I mention a great solution like Benji Pays. So happy to share a little bit of who we are and what came out of, partnering with such a great company like Benji Pays. So thanks again.